and what a comeback it was. A game full of big moments in that second half. You couldn't take your eyes off the coverage. Unbelievable, really. 26 points, 28 unanswered points in that second half for the Dolphins to get the win. A record, Australian premiership equalling the record Wayne Bennett's Dolphins, and an outstanding performance.
Yeah, it was. Look, but it just shows you how important possession is. And without sort of getting too analytical about it, the Dolphins had all the run in the first half. They had all the ball. They got all the calls, and the Titans, and the Dolphins just couldn't come back. You know, they just couldn't get back in the contest. But they got to half time. They started to come back a little bit before the end of the half, and then obviously come the second half, they just dominated possession, and generally it evens up a little bit possession-wise, and they made the most of it. But it shows the spirit that's within that team.
Yeah.
And you know, I was talking to Mitch, the producer, before, and talking about how, for the Dolphins, they're 8 weeks into their life, and already there's something about them. There's a bit of substance to them. Whereas the poor old Titans, they're still trying to find theirs 15, 16, 20 years down the track, 18 years down the track. They're really becoming something to take notice of, the Dolphins.
Guys, I've said that what Wayne Bennett has done to present this football side in the manner in which he has, what have they got, 5 wins?
5 wins, yeah.
They come back yesterday. I think what he's done in this 8 weeks already equals his premiership performances. They started off with nothing.
That's a big call.
Yeah. Mate,
that's a big call, Buzz.
Braith, he got
Do you really
knocked
compare
back
it to a... they're doing incredibly well.
Knockback after knockback. I expected they'd run last, and I think a lot of people did.
That was crazy, though.
Yeah, that was madness, Buzz.
Right.
I'll tell you what, it does reinforce that they were going to come last. Wayne Bennett was never going to come last.
They got Kafusi.
No, I expected them at the start of the year to run last.
But even then, you look at the squad, they had all these internationals in there.
Oh, Candy, where did you have them finish?
I had them running about 10th. If you want the truth.
A lot of people had them where I thought that they wouldn't be competitive.
And even something between.
But hold on, even after that first or second win, everyone said the bubble will burst and their season's done. To start a franchise like he has is unheard of. I know Melbourne all the way back when Chris Anderson started was...
It's not unheard of if Melbourne did it, and he did it with Brisbane in '88.
He's done a great job.
What you're saying is right, Buzz. No one's taken away from what he's done. I'm just saying, can you compare him to premierships?
So I agree.
What I'm saying is the premierships he won at the Broncos, he had 12 internationals and 10 origin players. With this side, he had misfits, unwanted players, old Melbourne Storm forwards.
He's got a half a dozen internationals in his side.
But not all unwanted, Buzz. I'll tell you what it does reinforce.
I think Melbourne would take a few back if you gave him the option.
I'll tell you what that result of the weekend reinforced. What a blunder the Gold Coast made many years back when they didn't sign Wayne Bennett. You talk about a lacking culture, a lacking identity.
Who didn't sign him?
The Titans didn't. They had the chance to get Wayne Bennett.
The Broncos, mate. They'll let him go
that.
too.
We're not talking about the Broncos. They played the Gold Coast in the weekend, Buzz. We were saying that the Gold Coast don't have an identity. I'm saying if Wayne had been there, that club would have an identity now, and it would have a culture, and it doesn't have it because Wayne's done it in 18 months at the Dolphins. It's remarkable. I agree with you, Buzz. He has done an amazing job at that footy club. And I didn't think they could play finals footy. But
Do you have them making the finals?
I think they can play the finals now.
Oh, well, they've won 5 games. They're going to lose Kafusi, possibly Hammer to Origin. Outside of that, I still look at their roster, and this is why I'm wrapped. Brenko Lee, Ewan Aitken, couldn't get out of a second gear at their previous clubs. And
you think they can make the finals?
I'm not sure.
Come on.
No, I don't think they will.
No.
I don't think they will.
So if they miss the finals, are you still going to say it's Wayne Bennett's greatest feat?
They've only got to win.
I didn't say it was his greatest feat. I said it was up there with the premierships.
Okay.
If he makes the 8, is it his greatest feat?
I think it'll be up there with them, yeah.
All right. Time will tell.
Where's that rate on the meter?
What? It's a scandal meeting, I guess. It's no scandal.
Okay, I'm sure everyone watched this
got a meter for everything.
and witnessed this. It was one of the biggest blunders we've ever seen in the history of the game. Now, Jennings gets the ball. There's no one around him. He's not held. It was a big moment because I think they were 8 points behind at this stage. He scores this try. They had all the momentum, and he comes up with this.
That could have been a game changer, because that deflated the Dolphins a little bit. I don't know. Robert Jennings hasn't come out and explained what he was actually thinking. I'd like to know. But just watching from afar, I tend to sort of put that in the category where here's a guy who probably doesn't watch a lot of footy, didn't quite know the rule when he hit the deck and thought,
You're being generous.
well, why else would he not get up?
been
I don't
playing the
know.
game for 20 years,
His teammates
25
were
years.
looking at him saying, get up and go. Like, they were yelling at him.
They nearly picked him up.
Well, they should have picked him up in the end.
Yeah.
In hindsight, they should have picked him up and thrown him over the try line. But why he just laid there, no one's given a satisfactory explanation for that. I tell
I'm
you
sure
what,
he's given Wayne one.
well, I'm sure the
Wayne said
question
it
was.
was a brain fade, that's
I'm
all.
sure the question was asked.
Oh, look, we talk about the biggest blunders in the game. I don't think it's the biggest. They won the game in the end. I've seen worse tries bombed than that over the years.
Because they won.
But it was just so unusual.
It was very unusual.
If they didn't win the
I agree with
game,
that. They didn't win the
you're talking
game,
about
then
this.
maybe I'd be on the same page. But it's remarkable, really. I mean, you look at that, and I haven't really watched it as closely as
Look at
that. It's just ridiculous.
Nickaruma's just blowing up.
Oh, he went nuts, didn't he?
They were filthy. They were absolutely filthy. Now let's move on to the Titans. Justin Holbrook. Is he in danger of losing his job, or
Well, I
is
think he has to be. You know, there was a lot of pressure on him in the end of last season when they underperformed, and you know they started this year reasonably well, but the last 5 weeks or so it's been terrible. And when you throw a game away like that, it's a real concern. You know, that's a game they should have won. They need to win, and he's got to be under pressure.
And they'd already set up to win too.
Exactly.
Like leading 26-0, you're entitled to think you're going to win the game from that point.
There were three
Like they
coaches.
set up, they've done the hard work to get there, and the ability to throw that game away is quite stunning, actually.
There were three coaches under pressure at the beginning of the year: Griffin, Holbrook, O'Brien. O'Brien's sweet, Newcastle going enormous, but Holbrook. Remember back to that game against Newcastle last year? It was one of the worst performances I've ever seen from any football side. And I was told after that game he was gone. He wouldn't coach this year, so he scraped through to keep his job. I think he's got a better roster than their position on the ladder would indicate. I think he's under huge pressure.
He's made some changes though. Like I think he's responded to that pressure over the summer quite well.
Kenny, they 26-0.
Buzz, it's not lost on me.
I've got to say,
but
their ownership though, Kenty, they'll give him every opportunity.
gonna
to
say,
turn
that's
around.
what
Rebecca and Daryl.
They're very solid behind
Yeah,
him.
very solid, and you know he'll get every chance to turn it around, but he needs to turn it around.